Doesn't take long in South Florida. Storms come sneaking in, and all projects come to a halt. Hurricane season is upon us again. It's that time of year in Florida, South Florida. It's a little different than North Florida, but South Florida, there's a few different considerations. There's a lot of prepping to be done to your home if you haven't already done it. Everybody knows the usual things: supplies, water, flashlight, lantern, a way to prepare food, canned foods, things like that. And tarps, have a few tarps available in case after the storm your roof is damaged. But there's a lot of considerations that I never hear anybody talk about. It's how to hurricane proof things around your home. I shouldn't say proof, hurricane ready. Let's just use that. Things around your home, water equipment, if you have a pump house, sheds, plants. Even plants have to have some support. A lot of them get blown over, ruins them. Not a lot you can do about that, but I want to dive into some things. I'm going to start getting some things ready. It's early June in 2021. There's a good chance this could be a really busy season because it heated up early. Other parts of the country, they deal with tornadoes. Here it's rarely tornadoes, but a lot. You definitely have to be concerned about hurricanes down this area. So I'm gonna head outside and start looking at some things. I have all the usual things already that you would expect to have: a generator. Not everybody needs a generator, but I choose to have one so I can keep my refrigerator going. I run a small window air conditioner. I've got it wired into my house, and I had a video about that already up for a particular generator that I purchased for a really good deal. That same generator has since went on to almost double in price, which is ridiculous, but anyway. So it's time to head outside, and I'm gonna just start doing these projects while I have time. All right, our first stop is the pump house. This has 4x4 posts, 2x4 framing. It has hurricane clips, and it has some clips on the wall, but there's just not enough. I'm gonna be looking into that. These are clips that you can get at a hardware store, galvanized, and they'll go up under here. Support this a little better. I'm gonna put some more of those on. So there's some of the clips that are on there already, and I'm gonna put some extra ones. You have to get some concrete tap cons. In this case, this is a concrete wall, and put several more of these. And then I'm also going to bring a 2x4 down. I don't know about all the way down, maybe all the way down. We'll see. Wood's expensive now since the COVID days. Next is the shed. My old beat up shed with the paint peeling off. This shed doesn't owe me anything. It's pretty old, but what's inside I do care about. Some lawn equipment, things like that. So it does not have any support. It is weighted inside, so it is plenty weighted. It's not going anywhere by that, but just for support, left, right, whatever. I have cable systems and anchors. We're gonna put anchors in the ground and cables up and over. And that kit is ordered, but actually hasn't arrived yet, but I'm gonna get working on that real soon. So little trees like this, this tree is about 8 feet high. I wanna give it some support, so I'm probably gonna put some stakes down on the ground and some support ropes or whatever, I'm not sure yet. There's quite a few little trees I wanna protect. There's a avocado tree there and a peach tree next to it. They'll get stripped of their leaves, but at least if I can support the trunk should be good. Some of these trees have already been through a hurricane and came back nicely. These trees right here, this is Guanabana. It actually leaned way over. I used some stakes and wire and straightened it back up a bit, but it's growing, gotten a lot thicker since then, so hopefully it's rooted better now. Next is my little generator fence, small fence I built to house the generators when it's plugged in, to provide multiple benefits. One, to cut the noise down a little bit to the neighbors. I don't want them to have to hear that generator so loud. It helps a little, not a lot, but then it gives a little more security for the generator. However, I built it strong, but I'm not sure if we're hurricane strong. Not sure yet. This side over here just has 2 posts. It's pretty strong, but it does have some flex to it. So I'm going to figure out how to brace that up, maybe even if it's just temporary bracing for a hurricane, because I really need this intact after the hurricane is when it really matters. Another thing to consider during storms, things like anything that's not really anchored down. These are solar lights, and they just sit in tubes, stakes that stick in the ground, and you definitely want to take all these in, put them in your garage or somewhere. Lots of little things like that. You want to get it picked up, or you may never see it again. That's the thing. They might be gone. After Hurricane Irma, I had items that we never found. Things like lids. This is an aerator tank, and the lid, it's not that difficult to get it off. So my plan is to take a drill bit, drill a few holes here and there, and put some stainless steel screws in. The lid to this softener tank was missing after the hurricane. Fortunately I found that. So that's also going to get attached somehow. I have a bungee cord on it right now. It keeps it kind of taut, but I'm not sure that's good enough. I'm probably going to have to put a screw and a strap over the top. I do not care to lose these parts, because I don't know where you get replacements. And then I want to see about putting something around. That's why I'm thinking of putting the 2x4 on the wall over here, all the way down. Pressure treated 2x4. That way I can attach some, maybe chain link or something, all the way around. I don't want to keep it there, but just temporary. Attach it to keep debris from hitting my well equipment. There's a lot of wires, piping, the tanks, of course. All of that is not designed to get hit with something at high speeds. That's probably would not survive it. So I don't think I'm going to find a way to chain link all around here, like just a debris catch, but that still lets the wind. The more wind resistance you provide, like a solid wall, the more pressure it's going to have on it. So you want to let the wind go through as much as possible. Let's stop debris. We've got to get these brackets installed. Probably going to buy a few more. But the holes here are not big enough for the Tapcon, the concrete screws. So I'm gonna have to drill these all out. I believe I had to do that on the other ones that I already installed. It's been a while, so I can't quite remember, but I'm gonna drill these out. So in order to put Tapcons in, you need a concrete bit. These have a carbide tip. So yeah, you can drill with a regular drill. It's not very easy, but if you have an actual hammer drill, that's where it's drilling and it's punching at the same time. That drills much faster, and the bits will last longer.
Well, I'm starting to remember. Get out of here. Get out of here, frog. Starting to remember why I didn't finish this before, because it's a pain in the neck. Anyway, it's tight to get in here. But we're getting into hurricane season, so I'm going to put several more of these. So here we go. It's a bit noisy. Do this. Everything. All right. Now we got to shoot the screws into the 2x4s. I'm using coated deck screws that last longer. Wish this smelly thing would shut off. Putting these in on a bit of an angle because they're just slightly too long. Put them in on an angle, that solves that problem. Here we go. That's all the brackets I have, so I got to buy a few more. Maybe a little overkill, but I saw what happened last major hurricane that came through, and stuff moves. So, all right, so we're gonna put some 2x4s up here, and that'll be something to attach to. I'm gonna put some material around here in the event of a storm to kind of, you know, give a little bit of damage protection to the pumps and pipes. Last hurricane, I did have a fence around this, but I used metal poles. That was before I had this building built, or roof, I should say, just a lean-to roof. So anyway, that's the idea. I need something to attach to here. I can wrap chain link around. I don't want to make a solid wall because it's going to catch more wind. I'm not sure that's a good idea when you're 100+ an hour winds. I think I'd rather have the wind go through, but just not let debris hit anything. Okay, we're gonna pre-drill the holes. Makes it a lot easier. For hammer drill bits don't go through wood very well. So you just simply pre-drill with a regular bit. However many you think you need. And, You're in the neighborhood. Let's see. All right, so that's the first one on, and I've got it tucked in under the edge of the eave. I thought that'd be a lot smarter. And we'll take it from here. I'm kind of winging this, so. A professional carpenter I am not, but I get by. Okay, on this side, it's going to be a little different because this overhangs the slab. And that one there is going to sit right above the slab. I honestly did not notice that this slab did not come out that far, but I noticed it now. So now I got to compensate. So, all right, I'll measure off the slab. 86 inches, so I'll make one 86 inches and just let it hover above the ground. Okay, they're all marked. Yeah, so I'm talking about. Let's tighten these ones up. Oh, I must already did those. Oh, oh yeah, those aren't going nowhere. Now I gotta show you some customization we had to do. If I can do it without breaking the camera. Oh geez. Hard on the equipment here. My sprinkler control box right on the edge of the project there. I wanted to make sure this was lined up just inside that joist there. So I had to take and saw out a little bit of wood there so I can still open this. So that doesn't look so pretty, but we just won't look at it. So now that's leveled up real good. And now I've got something to attach to if I decide to do some attaching. Okay, bought this kit. We're gonna strap down this shed because it's kind of an ugly shed, but it's got good stuff in it. And why not? We'll keep it here for a little longer. I got this kit here. It comes with these anchors, augers you put down in the ground. So put those in. Steel cable, go up and over. I'll probably do it on the inside, I guess. Yeah, be on the inside. And doesn't look like they give enough cable for both sides. I don't know yet. We'll find out. I have to buy more cable. So, let's see what we can do with this. So, just pick a spot where there's a gap in the ridge. Shove the cable in there, and then we gotta go on the inside and feed it over all the inner ribs. There's the cable coming in. We gotta go up and over these ribs here, which is not. It's gonna make bad video, I know, but I'm struggling here. It's a lot of obstacles. It's an old shed. It doesn't owe me anything. So over this rib here. This would have been a lot easier with a helper, but I'm by myself today. Now this side. So I need to get back in here and put in an auger, but this is Florida and all these heavy weeds. What I do, stomp my feet coming in. I learned that a lot of years ago. Run the snakes out ahead of you. Florida's a fun place to live, really. Okay, I'm gonna take one of these augers and get it into the ground here. There's lots of tree roots, this should be fun, but I'm gonna use a bigger screwdriver to auger it in there. Hopefully that's good enough. Keep it on. I gotta be able to turn this thing. Here we go. I've done this before several times in the past, but it's been a lot of years. Okay, we're gonna feed this through. Wait, I gotta get it through here first. Then back on itself. And we'll tighten this up. I'm not going to be able to get it all the way tight because I don't have the right nut driver, but this will get me started. Rats. Yes, the last anchor. Second set of hands would be nice right about now. I'm used to being the only one doing the projects though. All right, I'm gonna do one extra step. Way too much cable here, so. These are only zinc, so I'm using some heavy galvanized spray. This stuff's awesome. It's expensive, it's like $20 a can, but it's really worth using. So that thing will last a lot longer now. Hope I didn't just send spray right at the camera, that wouldn't be good. Okay, so we've got it anchored down. I don't know if you can even see the anchors, but it's better than nothing. Hurricane winds are they're pretty strong, so you don't know how much of the shed will be left anyway, but it's got a little bit more of a chance now. Okay, so at this point, I want to brace this fence. This only has 2 4x4 posts. There goes my pencil. And it's pretty strong. It's built pretty heavy, but hurricanes are powerful. The last hurricane I had hurricane metal panels on the windows. It ripped them completely off, tore the anchors right out of the concrete. It was pretty amazing. I didn't think that was possible, but it did it. And surprisingly didn't damage the windows. But so I'm gonna brace this fence a little bit more, just on this end, because that's the weakest point. So the idea I have, I'm gonna take a 2x4, pressure treated of course. From Florida, if you don't use pressure treated, you're wasting your time and your money. Right now, post pandemic, wood prices are high. You know, you almost got to take out another mortgage to get lumber. This lumber was crazy. At Home Depot, these were about $8 a piece. I've never seen it that high before for 2x4x8. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut some blocks down below here and Tapcon them to the concrete. And then I'll cut these to match the fence here and brace it up. And I can take these on and off I don't really want to see these posts, these supports here all the time. It looks kind of funky, but I'll just take them off after the storms. Because we don't need much on a concrete to attach to. Okay, so next we gotta put some bevel. Here is the first brace. It's not screwed in place yet, but I cut the angles to match the concrete there up to the top rail of the fence. I'm also going to brace the fence gate itself because that's definitely a weak point. It's just these hinges, and that's a weak point, and then got the latch. That's it. So I'm going to put some pieces of 2x4 across here, screwed onto there, top and bottom. One across the middle here. That should give it a lot more strength. And of course I take those off after so I can open the gate. So I'm going to pre-drill these blocks. They're not going to need a lot of screws. I'm thinking 2 Tapcons should be plenty. That bit's getting dull. I'm pre-drilling these because the Tapcon bit is not designed to drill through wood. This project requires, you could do it with one drill and just keep swapping the bits around. Hammer drill is optional, but when you're doing concrete drilling, it's a lot easier with a hammer drill. This is an old hammer drill I've had by Makita. Had it for, oh, forever. More than 20 years. Still works great. It's been a workhorse. It was not expensive. Noisy. You got to use Tapcons. These are a little on the pricey side, but they're designed to go into concrete and last a long time. Now I got to find the holes. There they are. That's not going anywhere. Now I've already beveled, cut the end of this. It's not too difficult to figure that out. You don't need any special tools. You can just mark your pencil on the back of this, and same thing on the top. Doesn't have to be perfect. So now I'm going to switch bits here. Put in some wood screws into that. Dealing with a summer cold driving me bananas. How is that slipping? That's the correct bit. That's weird. There we go. All right, so that's toe-nailed in there. That should give it some extra flex help. Oh man, huge difference. Can barely move it now. I'm gonna do this differently. I'm not gonna put two braces. I'm gonna put a bracket on the inside to the concrete wall. I think that'd be smarter. So I think what I'm gonna do on the inside here, I'm gonna get a big bracket and bracket it to the concrete wall here. That way I don't have to have two of those ugly wood braces. It really is not attractive. Oops. Okay, this is the tool list that I used. Little skill saw, this is a cordless one. Any kind of tape measure, pencil of course, a speed square, set of drill bits. These were 3/16 by 2 3/4 inch tap cons. These are for concrete only. A level, of course. I used one drill for drilling the holes in the wood. I used another drill for putting in the bits, so I don't have to swap bits around so much. A hammer drill to put in the drill the holes in the concrete. This is just an assorted bits and screws. Of course, an extension cord. And some stamina to take the heat, and that's all you need in this video, perhaps.